This is jump space. It feels like I've said this a lot recently, but I love being able to jump into a game with friends. Co-op creativity is only matched by co-op chaos. A good co-op game knows that you need to give the players freedom. Freedom to work as a team, or not. It's great when you're all operating on the same wavelength, like cooks in the kitchen, everyone handling their section, dishes just flying out. But sometimes what you want is an experience that not so much Michelin as it is overcooked. And oh boy, does jump space give both ends of that spectrum and everything in between. As a chaos goblin myself, I feel like it's important to say that there is a difference between being a scamp and a scumbag. Putting radiation next to the pilot? Scamp. Flushing the scanner module? Scumbag. People think it's just about adding chaos to a situation. No, there's care and precision that you have to take when you try to do this. It's like making a souffle, because I guess we're going with cooking analogies for the start of this one. You can't do it in every mission. Otherwise, people won't want to play with you at all because you're just being a problem child. The secret is finding the moments to just add a little bit of spice. The lulls are when you strike. And jump space is a veritable smorgasbord of choice when it comes to how a Chaos Goblin can operate. And in the time we've recently spent with the game, we found some good ones. The problem is, though, that when you are a Chaos Goblin, you need a reliable battleground in which to strike. If you are trying to misbehave and then the game does something on top of it, it can take mischievous into frustration real easy. And jump space, in that regard of stability, is a little lacking, but that comes with being an early access title. I don't want this to become something that just focuses on the negatives of an early access title. That's a trap, and also it's incredibly easy to do that. There's a good amount of jump space that is enjoyable, and it's a great co-op playground. Yeah, problems can arise when the game becomes that gremlin in the system causing issues. But look, I'm not expecting an EA title to be flawless. I just would hope that the issues that do exist in it are closer to the fringes than the forefront. And while none of the issues here do break that core loop, they are pretty frustrating at times. You can step off of a ledge and gravity will cause the camera to freak out. Enemies can shoot you through walls, which that's a pretty big one to me, because if someone dies, then it costs material to bring them back. These kind of issues aren't anything new for an early access title. After all, it's a badge that provides no real significant guidance to the player when it comes to what the state of the game is, outside of just, here there be dragons. I'm not going to spend too long talking about those kind of issues, though. I just want you to know that they exist. That is this kind of EA title. Thankfully, though, we never encountered an issue that stopped a run dead in its tracks. A blessing when runs can vary from 20 minutes all the way up to over an hour. It's up to you what duration you want your run to be as well. Loading into the game, you'll end up in a lobby hub, the hangout. Adjust your ship modules, customize your character, handle your quests. Everything you would expect find in a lobby, including ball games with questionable physics. When you've managed to get all your friends online and in one place, which is a skill unto itself, all that's left to do is interact with the map and pick a mission. Missions are broken down into the final mission type, the difficulty, and duration. The only concern I'd raise here is that at the beginning there can be a little bit of tedium as you won't have much mission variety available. The early access does bring 9 final mission types across 4 galaxy regions, which, once you get further in, does give you options. At the start, however, you're going to be looking at the same handful over and over until you open up more. It can't be understated, though, just how much fun jump space can be inside those missions. There's a deceptive nature to it, as time just breezes past, and a 40-minute run can feel like nothing. It happens to such a degree that jump space really latches onto the one more run concept. I don't think that there was a day that went past when we were playing this that after we had finished our final run, we then didn't go for another one just because, one more, sure, yeah, okay. There's something about the simplicity of the design when it comes to moving the player through the level. What I mean by that is that you know what you're getting in for by the choices you pick and choose. Everything is clear to you. Before the run, you know the length, how many jumps, and the mission type. During the run, you pick each next jump point, so you know what's waiting for you. You know what kind of activities you're going to be doing. The game then interferes and throws curveballs at you inside those missions. But you still know the core main objective. You know what you need to do going from A to B. It gives you a focus. You've just got to dodge the obstacles in the way to get to that finish line. One thing that I'm still noodling though, and this is going to sound odd, so bear with me, is the ideal player count. The game gives you the option to play with up to 3 friends. A 4-player crew does carry a lot of advantages. The issue is, at times, it feels like the 4th crew member is just kind of there. They have jobs that they could be doing. Just in some of the missions, those tasks feel kind of superfluous. They aren't really doing much to add to the final situation. Having an extra pair of hands just relieves a bit of the pressure on a weaker member, rather than, giving them their own activities that they have to do, otherwise things are going to fall apart. And that's great. That is helpful. I do like that. I'll just be upfront about this and say that we didn't open up all 4 of the current regions, so I don't know how significantly the difficulty changes at the end stages to require 4 people doing 4 separate tasks. The issue to remember when you come to that kind of concept is that you need to play enough of the game to get to those end stages, and people will fall off along the way. If they're not engaged and they feel like they're required, they just might skip a night. And that's not a complaint. That's totally okay. It's just a bit odd. We tried the game with 2, 3, and 4 players, and trying to figure out which one felt the best was a little bit tricky. I think all of us agreed at the end that we felt 3 was the sweet spot, because 4 just felt like you'd been told to make sure that you take your kid brother with you on your space journeys. And that was strange. To Jump Space's credit though, it already does have a roadmap published and lists a host of upcoming additions in Q1 of 2026, and I'm sure that some of those will make it definitely feel like you need a 4th member. There's new sectors, new ships, weapons, loot, sector modifiers, and a whole lot more coming that are going to add customization and variation to each run, and that really shows the direction the dev team wants to take this game in. They're being open with their plans, and they're showing that they know players want not only more things to do, but more rewards for doing it. And look, I want to end on a positive. A lot of the concerns or issues that I mentioned here are just the nature of early access. It happens. It just always muddies things with uncertainty. It does come with benefits, financial and otherwise, so there is a reason to do it. It allows the community to help guide the direction of the game, and this is a game that lives on cooperation, so that's intrinsic to making sure that the game focuses on the right areas. The roadmap shown showcases design intent. They've listed pretty much everything that you would want to add to a game like this. And then, on top of that, there's the price. Jump Space is £16.75, or just under $20, or just under €20. And that's brilliant, because it means that you'll be more likely to be able to convince your tight-ass friends to actually pick up a copy. Just one more run nature of this game also showcases how good the game can be when you're not overthinking all of these things and you're just flying through space, trying not to explode.